What's up everybody, it's your boy LeakyTapsMan with another wishlist video. This time we are going for Bully, also known as Canis Canem edit in Britain, thanks to the politically correct brigade. Anyway, this is what I would like in a potential sequel. We know it's not been announced, but Rockstar would be foolish not to. Anyway, one of my main ones would be to keep it in high school instead of progressing onto college or university. I think that the high school scenario works too well to give it up now, and we only did 1 year in the first game. I think there's a lot more to be done, and I think college opens up too many adult-like possibilities, and then it becomes more of a GTA kind of game, whereas Bully had its own identity remaining in high school. It kind of distinguished itself from the pack, so definitely stay in high school for me. In terms of the map size, I'd say Bully was actually relatively small in terms of geography. Maybe make the map 2 or 3 times bigger, although I will say Bully did utilise its map a lot better than a lot of these open world games, so at least try and keep a lack of open spaces that don't really mean much. Make sure it's worthwhile going into each area of the map. I'm sure they will, but if they can increase the map size and still keep it all relevant, then power to Rockstar. I think the rival schools would be a good addition to the main storyline. We saw in the first one where Jimmy was fighting the cliques. I think that they should progress that further and maybe have like extra schools to go to and play pranks on, and compete in sports competitions maybe, which is another thing. Let us join like sports teams and chess teams and weird stuff like that, but stuff that's mundane in real life but cool when you're in a game. I'd say give it an increased sense of discovery as well. So the original one did this quite well, where you feel like you're always finding new stuff. I'd just say build on that a bit further, maybe have like hidden click hideouts. So like a nerd's base is hidden away in the school somewhere and you have to find it, and you get like to become part of their crew or something. I don't know the ins and outs, but I reckon they could do some really cool stuff with that. More enterable buildings is another one, which kind of ties into that, but for me the city felt too detached from the main game. I think that an RPG type leveling structure would work quite well for certain skills at least. So like speed and jump and cycling, something like we saw in San Andreas where you keep doing a certain skill and it will progress as you do it. I think that'd work well with Bully and the way that the game plays. Of course it doesn't have to be an in-depth leveling system, but something like San Andreas where we can unlock more stuff as we go. I think that would add a lot of depth to the game. This goes without saying, but we obviously want more of the same stuff, so more lessons like football or soccer as you Americans know it, swimming, more mini games, so like golf, darts, stuff like that. More weapons, obviously. I've seen people asking for guns, but that's just stupid. It'll just become another Grand Theft Auto clone if they do that. Keep it limited to, say, pea shooters and water guns, but real guns have no place in this game at all. More transport options, so I think segways would be pretty cool, rollerblades, and the ability to customise these vehicles with like, say, water pistols or egg launchers or something so you can fire them while you drive them. I think that would be a neat touch. And more cliques within the schools themselves, so maybe like goths slash emos or skaters, or if they really want to go up to date, vampire fags, no offence to any Twilight fans. And I think maybe the ability to bribe bullies or prefects for protection would be cool, because mainly we just got our asses kicked by them in the last game, but I think as you progress in the game and you accumulate a certain amount of money without a great deal of things to do with it, I think maybe bribing certain people, maybe even members of staff as well, so you could sneak around at night unnoticed and just generally have people to fight in your corner. I think that would be an improvement on the previous game. Quite a biggie one for me, this next one, is an increase in difficulty or difficulty settings, because the default difficulty of the first game was far too easy for me. I'm not saying make the game insanely hard, I'm just saying that it should be more difficult than the last one, because missions could be dumb more or less the first time every time. I think a difficulty setting would probably be the most appropriate form of action to give newcomers and veterans alike some options. And lastly, one thing that I think they should include, taking a leaf out of their own book here, Rockstar, is the in-game internet from GTA 4. So you could use this to order items and stuff, like order prank supplies, I don't know, hire like mercenary students or something. I'm sure they could do some really good stuff. Maybe you could acquire missions from the in-game internet. Either way, I think the whole system of an in-game internet works really well, and Bully would probably take advantage of it more than Grand Theft Auto did. So that's pretty much the main things that I want from a sequel to Bully. Obviously the main thing that I want is the sequel to Bully to actually bloody exist, because Rockstar keep twiddling their thumbs, and the longer they go without announcing it, the more worried I get. So hopefully they're just playing dumb, and I think it's in development, but you never know with Rockstar, they're a mixed bag. Anyway, I'd love to hear what you guys think, what you guys would want from Bully 2, what you think of the series in general, and your feedback on the other videos has been great. So thanks very much for watching, thanks for your time, please subscribe if you haven't already. Bye bye.